What's up, true art believers? This is Pierson here, and it is Saturday night. Oh my gosh, it's Saturday night, fellas. Saturday night, and I am running late on the live drawing session, which is why you can only see the hand. Which is why I am running late on the live art drawing session. That's me doing hand puppet. I'm doing a hand puppet. I'm running late, and I gotta go draw. And today is going to be something different than normal. Maybe I should just do a little sock puppet. I'm going to make a sock puppet and pretend I'm talking in it. How about that? That'd be kind of funny. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing, it's not really a still life. I'm just going to kind of free flow draw. I have some objects there that I'm going to draw as quickly as I can and see how fast I can do a bunch of images. So anyways, let's begin now. Anyways, welcome. It is Saturday night. It's Saturday. I gotta put the timer on. So I gotta do 30 minutes, and then I gotta get out of here because I'm running really late. So it's 30 minutes. Let's begin, and I gotta do my time lapse button here. I got two cameras here. Got two cameras time lapsing now, and all I have is a bunch of objects. I'm just gonna kind of draw. I'm just gonna do a bunch of drawing. As quickly as I can. So I have, let's see here, we got a ducky here. I know someone that I just spoke to that might enjoy this one. I'm gonna do a quick little duck. I have a chamois. I'm just gonna I missed my warm-up, so wow, I'm hitting the camera with my head. So this is my iteration of a duck. It's not going to be that good. It's not going to be good at all. So we're going to be scribbling a scribble. Oh yeah, that's awful. So maybe just do something like this and see what happens. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going to warm up here, and we don't like that, so we just do this. We don't like that at all. Now let's go again. Maybe let's use a different charcoal. Maybe what if we use this? Okay, we'll use this. Now we're trying to warm up here. And I got this camera on my face, closer than normal. I'm literally bumping it with my head. The camera. So I got to get something drawn today. So I really do got to get something drawn today. So we're going to pivot the camera. There you go. That's better. Anyways, nothing's going to get done today. That's one drawing. Okay. So I'm going to So notice that there's a big difference when I'm rushing, and part of it is because it's a different time of day. I'm really not with it today. Not with it right now because it's late and I'm having a little bit of FOMO. Actually, a little bit of I don't want to be drawing late at night because I've already done a full day's worth of work, fellas, full day's worth of work, and the last thing I want to do right when I have to go to bed or right when is bedtime, when I want to enjoy my evening a little bit, is have to draw stuff. Rough. I don't know why I wrote that. These are supposed to be F's. That's an F, and that's supposed to be an arrow. That's an F, and that's don't do that. So that's supposed to be an F for freaking awesome. Oh, And we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So I'm warming up here, warming up with my hands, getting the hands going, get the gesturals going. I'm gonna draw a lot of garbage lines for a little bit, for probably 30 minutes. I'm gonna draw garbage lines for 30 minutes. Garbage lines. Garbage lines. This is garbage. That's whatever. That's supposed to be a garbage bin that this kind of failed. There's a handle. Yeah, that's supposed to be a garbage. Yeah, that's garbage. All right, so we're getting somewhere here. So my hand-eye coordination is really not with it. It's not with it, folks. Let me tell you a story about Saturday. Okay, I want to move on to something else. Let's go back to that duck here. Let's go to a little duck action. Now, the reason why I'm drawing like this right now is I'm trying to loosen up, because when I'm doing the times that I do my live drawing sessions, which is really early in the morning, I've already drawn for about 2 hours, so my sight is not necessarily dialed in, but it's definitely more it's more purposeful. So I'm actually very, very sensitive to the nuances. But right now, because it's late in the afternoon, I'm impatient with the world, and I really at this point almost don't want to be here. You know, it's kind of funny, but like I set up this goal of mine to draw 100 days straight, and in order to draw 100 days straight, you got to commit, and you have to be consistent. And so I've been doing this, and so try to be consistent and come in and work and do these drawings every day. But it is what it is. You know, it's a Saturday night. Gotta check my time. 23 minutes. We're doing good. We're making good time. I haven't been really busy. So today was a really productive day. So I haven't been able to do some of the things that I've been meaning to do all day, because I haven't been home all day. It's just been a pretty good Saturday. Went to Bed Bath and Beyond, and I don't know. I didn't know if I had enough time to make it, but I went to Home Depot. Checked out some stuff. Isn't that an old school reference? It's an old school reference. This is a bad duck. I know a friend of mine who would be like, "Your ducks suck." I'm like, "Okay, thanks, dude." That's quacktastic. That's quacktastic. And I'm being lazy with my duck. I'm not lying. I'm just being a total lazy with my duck. I'm really am. I'm not really trying. Okay, I'm trying a bit, but as far as like actually being present with my drawing, I'm not. I'm like zero. There's zero presence available with my drawing right now. And I think one of these things that people don't really think about or really understand is, like, when you're drawing, you got to be present. You got to be present, and that's it's not just drawing, right, and being patient, but you also got to be present. No one really talks about this, but you really do got to be present. And what that really kind of means is really being in the moment and this really makes me sad. That's supposed to be a sad face, or it's a mad face, or that's kind of like a frustrated. No, that's not a sad face. That's definitely not a sad face. Anyways, what it entails is being present, and so I'm gonna try doing this for a while, where instead of doing still life, so I'm gonna see how many kind of like garbage drawings I can make in not necessarily 30 minutes, but just kind of play around and layer stuff and make the drawing as uncomfortable as uncomfortable as possible within the 30-minute time frame. You know, I think I'm gonna do that for a while and see what happens. And just kind of take a break from drawing a still life like they're in the traditional sense, and then move back into it, right, and see what happens. Maybe it will translate into faster drawing later on. Maybe it'll translate into something. But right now I'm just kind of treating this area, this moment, this drawing moment, as like a as just playing around. You know, I never really and plus I'm trying to get acclimated to drawing with the charcoal, like the white paper, because there it is. Because for the most part I've been drawing on newsprint, and newsprint has like a softer paper profile. You know, it just functions differently than the white paper. And so I'm going to get messy. I'm going to be messy for about a good 30 more drawings before I really start feeling the paper, you know. And it's going to be like a dirty process. Like I want to be able to understand the paper that I'm using, and I haven't used this paper before. I've been using this is like a Dick Blick brand, and so it's a little bit. It definitely doesn't feel like a one of the upper brands. Like I can tell that it's not of the greatest quality. It's a good quality, but it's not like, you know, your Canson or Strathmore, right? It's a little bit less. Like the paper feels not brittle, but it feels different. And I can't really explain like, oh well, it feels like it's doing this. And because of that, I'm understanding some of the qualities of it, and so I'm trying to just figure out how I can use the qualities of this to my advantage. And so it's going to be like this kind of like crazy phase where everything's kind of junky, you know, and you got to do what you got to do. So I'm playing around and seeing what I could do, you know. And I probably need a new brand of kneaded eraser, because this kneaded eraser, I think it's running out of its shelf life. I need to do a little bit of research, but I'm not quite certain how long kneaded erasers last. But I think to an extent they start getting so dirty that they aren't able to pull as much of the charcoal off, and because of that, Here we go. Let's do a little bit of this. So I'm just playing around. I'm really trying to get dirty and messy with the medium at the moment. And eventually I'll get warmed up, but it's probably going to be another, if I were to draw, I'd literally have to have like 2 hours, like 30 minutes of garbage drawing like this. And then the extra hour and a half would be slowing down the tempo and really observing the things that I'm seeing, because right now I don't have the available time resource. So I'm just playing around and seeing what kind of stuff happens with the paper and being a little bit different each time, like I'm being very loose and kind of like scratchy, I guess, and hoping that like the lines that they start putting on there build up and create like an interesting history to the drawing. And that's something that I think people kind of omit, like, because we're so used to like these drawings that are so pristine, and sometimes I appreciate the ones that have like these this dirtiness to it, this rawness, because there's something to say about that. So I'm trying to push that a little bit with these next drawings. I'm going to keep doing something like this where it's going to look like a very bad page from a sketchbook. Because in those sketchbooks that are layered like this, they're usually, the drawings are actually, people spend a lot of time on those drawings. So it's kind of giving you this deception that, oh, this person kind of knocked this out real quick. And maybe that might be the case for some, but not always. So just I'm just playing around here, and that's all I can say about that. And and I noticed that like this paper is not really, it's harder to apply the charcoal, and I gotta use more pressure to get the same amount of tone. And I think the reason why is because the paper is kind of textured, so it's very textured, and that's causing problems for me. So I gotta be more heavy-handed with it, more than I had anticipating being with it. And it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm just so now, after doing a bunch of drawings, random drawings, I can feel that my eyes are kind of, I can feel the change, the pivot, where I'm starting to see those nuances that I wasn't seeing when I just started. So I'm kind of gearing towards that motion, that moment where I can slow down. But right now, because of the context of the drawing, I won't do that. So I'm gonna kind of bounce between slow and action lines and see where this takes me. I'm not too proud of this page, but I'm just going to keep doing it. This music's annoying, actually. And it's kind of in my way. This is supposed to be like a medium, but it actually feels like it's a extra hard vine charcoal. That's not good. So I want to move some of my objects around, so because but I can't because my hands are full of charcoal, so I don't want to touch my toys with a handful of like charcoal. So I'm just kind of stuck with what I have at the moment. So, you know. Yeah, I'm stuck with what I have. Now I figure out what I'm kind of doing wrong. Now part of this is just really taking a moment to observe the shape, and I haven't really been doing that. I'm just kind of like just throwing stuff on there because of this twitch here, and I'm trying to just break through this whole mold that I got going on here, and like it's gonna take me a good. Unfortunately, it's not gonna happen within the time frame. So I'm trying to think about this. This is like this little object here is like this little cat thing, and it's like a giant oval, but it's also got a creepy little face. You know, it's got a creepy little face with creepy little eyes. And that's not what the eyes look like, but I'm putting them in there anyways. It's got creepy little cat nose and a creepy little cat, whatever, and its ears are really high up right here on the. It's like a metal. It's like a massager actually. These things have like little balls that like are supposed to rub like the back muscles or something like that. I don't know. It's creepy looking, so I'm not really gonna devote a lot of time to it because I don't feel like it. You know. So there's that object. I don't like it. Give him like a little Goku Kame like hairdo. Kameha. So I like when you do like a lot of people are afraid of like drawing over and over on the same area and like just adding all these lines, but I think there's some like genuineness of it to it all, you know. So no one really, I think there's something to be said about doing something like this kind of really sloppy drawing, right? Where there's some beauty in it. I know it doesn't have like the aesthetics of all the value transitional, like the transitional value of tones, but it has some energy to it, and I think you can't you have to really do the movement and the object to give it energy. You can't kind of like fake the energy, right? You might be able to. I've never really encountered a situation where if I'm not moving fast, if I'm moving slow in the motion, it will appear like less energetic. So there is some truth to that. So I'm moving fast really gives it that feeling of energy that you couldn't really get if you're just treating it like an academic drawing, you know. So I think this is kind of fun in that sense, where I wish I had time to go faster or slow down or add more things to the drawing. But right now I'm pressing really, really hard just to get this area dark, and it's not getting dark enough, right? You also can't like speed up shadow. Like, it's a slow process. Like, you can kind of, it's a very slow process to kind of get that dark tones, some of the dark tones that you're looking for, because it involves you really pushing those tones and adding a layer of richness that you just don't normally get if you try to go fast with the value. Now you can create really energetic lines like this, but you know, this is just a gestural. It's not even a good gestural. It's actually quite bad, to be honest with you. Like, it's really scratchy. I can, you know, I probably am, I'm not doing a good job in giving the impression that this is a gestural drawing. It's like just like it's a cringe-worthy gestural drawing. That's the way I feel. It's really cringe to me, you know. It's a cringe gestural drawing. So when I noticed that this white paper struggles, that the newsprint excels at really well, is getting a really nice line quality very quickly at the get-go. Like with this paper, because of the toothiness of it, it's very, very hard to get a decent line quality at the very beginning, because it's just like you have to press really hard, and the paper is really toothy, and the toothiness of the paper is what's slowing me down. So I'm having to draw faster than normal. You know, I'm having to do certain motions that you don't normally have to do, or you have to do. I'm having to work harder to do the same things because of the way that the paper is grabbing the charcoal. So maybe after this batch of paper, I'm going to try another batch of paper and kind of see which ones I like. So I'm going to try maybe Strathmore or Canson and see how they work in relation to this brand, the generic Dick Blick brand. If it's better, then I'm probably going to start using them more often. You want some paper that makes the lines feel more milky, more fluid. You don't want to be struggling to get the same lines that you were on like your newsprint. And this is a C minus right here. C minus grade. There we go. I gave you a grade of a C minus. Whatever that means. Yep. And yeah, I gave it a grade of C minus. And I think I'm done. I'm done. And that's time. I'm going to do a little bit longer here, right quick. And that is it for the day. I am done. I am going to wrap this up and say it was semi-successful. I'm going to have to do this more often because I really, really need to start getting faster. And so I'm just going to have to do a bunch of like garbage drawings for a while. Maybe what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have still lifes that have 3 objects in them. And I'm just going to go as fast as I can and really push the paper and move the pigment, the charcoal powder as fast as I can onto the surface, and we'll see what happens. But right now, this is all I could do. It's okay. I'm not too proud of it. I'm not going to be like bragging about it or anything. Well, I don't brag about half my drawings. But anyways, that's it for Saturday night. I really got to get going. You all have a wonderful evening. Cheers.